It's Monday morning. You're with the Wild Carrot Farmstead. It's time for pharmacy class. Today, we're gonna make witch hazel. There's no need to buy it because it is so easy to make. Witch hazel is a plant that contains chemicals called tannins, where we're going to extract those tannins out of the either leaves or bark or both. And essentially what is a tea, a water extraction. We're gonna pull those tannins out and use those benefits. So what are the benefits of tannin? Why is witch hazel good? It is a natural anti-inflammatory, a natural astringent, a natural antibacterial. We love having it around our farmstead because you could use it to soothe all sorts of skin conditions, redness of the scalp. You can use it to soothe inflamed skin. It's great for hemorrhoids, for your perennial care after having a baby. It may be great for healing and soothing minor burns and scrapes. Witch hazel is just great to have on your homestead, in your home, all the way around. So let's get to making it. Because it is so easy and cheap to make, go ahead and make a larger batch. I'm going to show you today how to make a ½ gallon of witch hazel. As I said earlier, it is just like making a tea. If you've made any tinctures, you might even have some alcohol on hand. You don't have to make a shelf-stable extraction. You can just make an extraction to use that day or within a week if you don't think you're going to use it very often. If you think you are going to use it often and you want to keep it on hand at all times and you want it shelf stable for about 1 to 2 years, go ahead and after your extraction cools, go ahead and add alcohol to that. That will make it stable. So today we're going to make a shelf stable witch hazel water extraction. This is just like what you would buy in the store, though I would say probably a little better. Store-bought witch hazel extractions often have just a little bit of herb in it with a lot of water and a lot of alcohol. So today we're going to use lots of herb, quite a bit of water, and a little bit of alcohol. So to start, we're going to use about 4 cups of distilled water. I say about because these are generous cups and nothing I do is going to ever be exact. So let's add our 4 cups of distilled water to our pot. 3 and then 4. Here I have a stainless steel pot, which is what I prefer, on a burner, and that way I can cook it not using our kitchen stove top. This kind of frees up the kitchen. I'm going to get this water warming up on my cooktop here because we're going to steep 4 tablespoons of witch hazel bark or leaf or both or either or into the 4 cups of water. Here is my witch hazel here. Have you ever smelled witch hazel? It smells sterile. It smells like an astringent, like a cleaning solution. As this steeps, you're gonna smell this throughout your house. Some people say it smells like a hospital. Personally, I love the smell. So here's our 4 tablespoons into our 4 cups of water, and we're just going to gently bring this to a boil and for 20 minutes. What this is going to do is pull those tannins out and into the water. And as that happens, this is going to reduce by almost half. So we're gonna go ahead and get this cooking. I like to put a lid on this to speed the process up and get it reducing now. So we'll be right back once it's reduced for the next step, and we're almost done already. Can you believe it? While we're waiting for that to get cooked down, a question I get asked often is, where do we get our herbs? Well, we try to raise and cultivate everything on our farm ourselves. If we don't do that, we try to forage it. And if we don't do that, our last option is to source from another farm or company that sells herbs themselves. One of our favorite places to go to do that would be Star West Botanicals or Mountain Rose. Either one of those would be awesome. All right, it has been 20 minutes. We do have a reduction that has happened here. So now it's time to just strain it off into a jar. And after it's strained off, you want to let that mixture cool. And then you're going to add your alcohol to it. Now, what kind of alcohol do you need to preserve this? You just need a standard vodka, 80 proof will do it. And again, that will take your witch hazel extraction and make it shelf stable for about 1 to 2 years. You don't have to add alcohol to it, like I said, if you don't want that property in it. But just remember, you need to use your witch hazel extraction within that week and keep it in your fridge if you're not going to put alcohol in it. Now, I choose to keep our witch hazel extraction in these amber colored jars, and that is just to help prolong the shelf stability of the witch hazel. Extractions love darkness and cool temperatures, so that will just help it along. Do you have to use amber? No, not at all. It's okay. You can put it in a regular standard clear glass jar. Just try to tuck it away somewhere dark. That helps. So here we have, I love these stainless steel funnels. They have a little stainless steel grate in them, and I just put it in here, and we're just gonna run this witch hazel tea essentially through this strainer, leaving the plant matter behind and the water into our jar. Here we go. Be careful because it's going to be hot. So we're going to just slowly strain the witch hazel off of here. I'm going to turn my cooktop off there. All right. And keep straining. All right, now once all of that is poured off, you can take your witch hazel and compost it or be creative with it once it's done. Now that it's nice and cool, let's go ahead and add our alcohol to it to preserve it. Today I'm using a craft spirit from the Organic Alcohol Company. It is pear-based, just like how vodka comes from potatoes. This comes from pears. I just love this company because they make spirits specifically designed for tincture and home remedy crafting. And now we're just gonna add that to our witch hazel like so. And then we're gonna place a lid on it, and don't forget to label what this is, because you think you're gonna remember, you won't. And that's it. You have made witch hazel all by yourself. It's going to be a better product, more potent, yet still gentle, a great astringent, a skin soother, a natural remedy to have on hand. Have an awesome Monday, and thank you for joining us for class.